Hey guys, what's going on? Alpha here with another video. In this video today, this one's going to be a little bit different. So normally I just do, the gameplays and the things like that. And it's only on a rare occasion where I make the kind of video, where I hoot and holler and rant and rave about a bunch of things. It's only on a rare occasion when I do that. And today's going to be one of those rare occasions. So just minutes ago, I watched the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer on my phone, and I figured, I have to make a video to talk about this. So I haven't been following this at all. I had no idea what it was, or anything like that. I was just sitting here, like, looking up sports and stuff on my phone. One of the videos took me to YouTube, and then on YouTube, where they've got that, trends, whatever that is, like that section where they recommend videos, it said Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer, and I figured, all right, here it is, because I remembered every May you've got there's the Madden cover vote, right, and then you've got the Call of Duty trailer release, that whole thing. So I saw it, and I had no idea what it was going to be. I think I've said before that I was hoping for like a World War II game, or for like a remake or a revisiting of the original Modern Warfare, and we did get that, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So before I even clicked on the video, like I said, I had no idea what to expect, but right from the name Infinite Warfare, it's a futuristic game, right? As soon as you see Infinite Warfare, you know what you're gonna get. So I saw that, and I figured, every time these trailers come out, I remember watching the original Call of Duty trailer, the Modern Warfare 2 trailer. I've watched all the trailers. I gotta watch this one, right? So I haven't written the series off yet. I haven't liked the last few games. The last several years of games I haven't liked. But I figured, let's see what Activision's cooking up here. Let's check this thing out. So I tap on the video. It comes up. First thing you have to do is you have to sign in, because you have to be over 18 to watch this. I don't know why. The average age of the people playing this is like -3. So I don't know why you have to be over 18 to watch the trailer, or not so much over 18, but you have to be bothered to sign in. That's really what grinds my gears. But I get there's like the ESRB and the rating and all that. Anyway, so you get past that, the video starts, and what I wanted to do was do one of those react video things, because everybody has to react to everything now for some reason. But I figured that would be a good idea for this, but I couldn't figure out the copyright of the whole, because you have these people who just take whole videos and movies and things and just, is somehow them talking about it makes it okay. But I couldn't figure that out. So what you're seeing on screen right now is just footage of me playing Call of Duty, past and present, new games, old games, that sort of thing. So, the trailer comes on, and I kind of already knew, like I said, that it was a future game. But, and I don't want to be cliche, because I'm sure there's hundreds, if not thousands, of videos getting uploaded today of people saying it's the same thing. So I'm going to try not to fall into just saying it's the same thing. But let's get that out of the way. It's the same damn thing. All right, it's the same. It's the same thing. I mean, there's no two ways about it. It's the same thing. I start watching it, right, and you see there's spaceships and different looking guns and jumping and boosting and all that. And I almost stopped watching the video. I thought, 'cause at this point, I know I'm already making a video to talk about this, so I might as well watch the whole thing and be educated about it. And boy, am I glad I did, but we're going to get to that. So, like I said, there you see the spaceships, you see all that. I figured, Black Ops 2... Advanced Warfare, and I don't even know what order the right order is. The Ghosts, the Black Ops 3. It's the same thing. There it is. So the video goes along, and as the trailer was going along, I wouldn't say that I liked it more. I'd just say that I was pissed off less, if that makes any sense. So, it's going along, and then you start seeing more ships and more shooting and more ships and spaceships and hover ships and just shit like that. And so I'm watching, I'm thinking, all right, well, Infinite Warfare, so they're kind of, it's not so much futuristic, but it's space, right? And I was kind of expecting, maybe it's going to space, because there's been rumors for many years that eventually they're going to make this space Call of Duty. So I was thinking maybe this is it. I don't know. Because, and of course that is part of it. There's a whole space thing going on, but that's not till later in the trailer. So I was just kind of thinking, you might see that. And so it's going along, and eventually, for some reason, they talked about Zurich, Switzerland in the trailer. I mean, I'm pretty sure the last Call of Duty, the Black Ops 3, had something to do with Zurich, Switzerland. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why they're obsessed with that, but that's in there. And then they're talking about this, whatever enemy it is. It's just the same thing. And I want to talk about that for a second, not just complaining about it, but just from... There's a whole business side of this that I don't think a lot of gamers and YouTubers really understand, and it's that, for instance, I think a good parallel is Star Wars The Force Awakens. So when the movie came out last fall, a lot of people said, this is the same thing as A New Hope. And they're right, because it is. But from a business perspective, if you think about this, all the Star Wars fans, young and old, have their Star Wars movie, like the Star Wars movie of their generation. So if you're old school like me, that might be A New Hope, or the old school ones. If you're younger, it might be Phantom Menace, or nobody liked Phantom Menace. I don't know why nobody even remembers that one. I think it was like 1999, right? Or Attack of the Clones, or Return of the Jedi. Not Revenge of the Sith. I'm sorry. So everybody's got their Star Wars movie that they saw as they were coming up, right? And what The Force Awakens is it's Disney. I guess Disney. From a business perspective, you're making the movie for this generation's Star Wars fans, right? So you're making, I guess you could call it a 2015 A New Hope. It's basically, that's what it was. And, you make the parallel to Call of Duty. Activision's making this generation's Call of Duty game. So, the gamers now, they're more into that whole futuristic sort of thing. But not only that, you have to expand your business, right? You can't shrink. You can't, make it look like you're going back. You have to onward and upward, I guess is a good way to describe that. And a lot of the people, and it just makes sense because they're older, right? So the people who write about games and talk about games are going to be older and more so than the kids who play the games, right? So there's a different perspective there, and people like myself and people like a lot of the people, who are probably going to be very vocal about Call of Duty today. Our games or the games of our generation were, whether it was the original Call of Duty or Call of Duty 4 or World at War, or whatever it was, maybe even Modern Warfare 2. Those are the games you had, right? But if you think back to those games, they're very basic games, right? The games now, they're so complicated. There's all this. I remember when Nazi Zombies was like one building and there were like 3 guns on the way. And obviously now it's taken off into this huge thing. I mean, that could be its own game, really. But you can't, in a way, from a business perspective, Infinite Warfare, that's the kind of game you're going to get. It's like kind of like, what did you expect them to do? And I think they recognize that, but we're going to get to that. So anyway, back to the trailer. So I'm watching this trailer, right? And all of a sudden, you see, and they were very clever with this trailer, because I think they know as a fan or as a viewer what you're thinking. So they jump in. There's this one scene in the trailer where they jump into these, I don't want to call them rocket ships, but I'm calling them rocket ships. Screw it. So they jump into these friggin' backyardigans style little Einstein's rocket ship, and they take off. And at first you think, oh, well, they're going to fly around with it. But they keep going, and they go into space, and all of a sudden it's a space battle. So I think that's a wise, just from not only a cinematic, but in terms of presentation, it's a good way to say, okay, Call of Duty started, we started from the bottom, but we're here, right? So it's kind of starts off the shooting on the ground, getting the ships, go to the sky, go to space. It's a space battle, right? And it was kind of weird how long the cut was if you go back and watch it. There's this long cut of it going to space, or not going to space, but going to the sky and the atmosphere, and then to space, and then the spaceships, and then ultimately the space battle. So I think it was kind of showing, from a symbolic perspective, that it's a transition from, from the past to the future, right? And the future is space battles and stuff, right? So I hate it. I think it's dumb, right? But in a way, they didn't exactly do the same thing because none of the previous Call of Duties, had space battles. I think there might have been like a few space cutscenes in some of them, but there was never outright space stuff going on. In you can't say they, well, you can, but you can't say they did the same things. It's not exactly the same. They are expanding the core product, I guess, into having space as a setting. And they've kind of, tested that out before through some of the different games. Like I said, there were, different cutscenes in space. So I'm hesitant to say it's the same thing. But in terms of the futuristic setting, I'm disappointed. I didn't want to see that. But I get it. I think I explained it as good as well as I could. Why they did that, why they had to do it. But, the trailer goes on, and then there's a space fight, there's flying spaceships. So it makes sense that they're going to do that, right? So here it is, that's what it is. Here it is. It's the next Call of Duty. And at that point in the trailer, I figured, I can safely say I'm not buying this, because there's nothing in here that interests me at all. I don't want to play a future game. I didn't want to play it. But then all of a sudden, it's Call of Duty 4. All of a sudden, it's soap, it's gas. They just cut right into it. Like, no, it's not a separate video. It's not its own thing. It's just boom, smash cut, Call of Duty 4. And so at this point, I'm all in. I'm watching. I'm turning the volume up. I'm like watching this thing. Because there were rumors that they might, there were rumors when the Xbox One came out, or not the Xbox One, but when the Xbox One and PS4, when next-gen consoles came out, there were rumors that, they might remake the old games. And they never did, and I figured, that's old news. They're not going to do it. But here it is. They're playing, it's Call of Duty 4. They're, the different missions. I think it was Crew Expendable was the mission they showed. And so, like I said, I'm all ears. I'm watching this thing, because that's my favorite Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty 4. And, it showed the different missions, and I figured, all right, you know what? They must be, like, remaking it, right? And that's what they're doing. So at the end of this trailer, there's a title card, or whatever you want to call it, kind of like an ad, I guess, that shows, okay, Infinite Warfare, here it is, release date. I think the release date was in there, I'm pretty sure. And then next to it, it's Call of Duty 4. I believe it's remastered or something like that. And, and then the trailer ends. So then I'm sitting here trying to make a very difficult choice, because the game itself, the Infinite Warfare, I don't care. I don't want that. Screw it. But Call of Duty 4 Remastered, I'm getting that. I'll tell you right now. They could put whatever price they want on remastered Call of Duty 4. I'm buying it. However, my disdain for Infinite Warfare and whatever, they could call it anything. Call it, Super Warfare or Space War, whatever you want. However you want to repackage this thing, go ahead. But, I was really banking on not buying this thing this year. I was really saying, you know what, I'm not doing it. And up until that point, I was not buying it. But they're driving a hard bargain with this remastered Call of Duty 4. It's such a great game, Call of Duty 4. And while my disdain for Infinite Warfare is quite literally infinite, my, propensity to want to play Call of Duty 4, never mind a remastered Call of Duty 4. That's like, I was like, shits and giggles when I saw that. But I have to buy it. It's very smart what Activision did. I'm going to try not to talk too long here. But it's very smart, because they know, Activision knew these last few years they've been slowly but surely driving away the real COD fans, the real Call of Duty fans. They know they've been pissing us off. They know they've been doing it. And so I think they knew Infinite Warfare, that's going to be it. These people are leaving Call of Duty. They're never coming back after this one. If we do another futuristic game, because, like I said, they're catering to that new audience. And I think they realize, we have to throw these people a bone. We have to do something here. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that it's Infinity Ward, right? That's making the game this year. And Infinity Ward made Call of Duty 4. So that has a lot to do with it. But I think Activision realized we have to incentivize people buying this. Not because it's bad, but because the people who want to buy it for Call of Duty 4 think it's terrible, right? So I was excited about not buying the game, but Call of Duty 4 I have to buy it. I have to play that. I have to buy it. I want to buy it. I want to play it. I'm going to use the Infinite Warfare as like a paperweight. I'm not even playing that shit. I'm not even opening it. But Call of Duty 4 Remastered, I cannot wait to play this game. I'm going to be doing, there'll be commentaries, there'll be just all sorts of stuff for that. But Call of Duty 4, bring it on. Let's do it. I want to play that today. I'm going to play Call of Duty 4 right now just to relive this. I'm turning the 360 on. I'm getting COD 4 out. Let's go right now. We're doing this. Forget it. There's so many people, because I'm actually looking at the comments section of this trailer right now, and literally every comment on this page is somebody saying, forget Infinite Warfare, I'm just playing Call of Duty 4. Everybody's thinking the same thing. But yeah, I gotta, where credit's due or credit's deserved, I'm gonna give it to them. This Call of Duty 4 Remastered, love it. Great idea. I'm buying that. Infinite Warfare, screw it. Don't like it. Don't want it. But like I said, it is what it is. From a business perspective, they have to do that. And I can understand that. But Call of Duty 4, let's give them credit. It's a great game. Now, hopefully they don't butcher this, but it's pretty hard to do that. From the cursory knowledge that I have of this, I'm pretty sure they're just kind of like they're sprucing it up for new consoles. But I'm excited for that, So like I said, Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty 4, let's do it. Cannot wait. I haven't been this excited for a Call of Duty release since Modern Warfare 3, about then. But I'm excited for this. I cannot wait for Call of Duty 4 Remastered. So anyway, that's my thoughts. I'm gonna be quiet now, because I'm sure there's like 1,000 of these coming out today where people talk about this. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. So leave a comment if you have something you want to say. I'd like to take a look at that, see if what I said made any sense. Yeah, you can let me know whether or not you think what I had to say was accurate or not, but at least that's my 2 cents about it. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and that sort of thing. But until next time, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.